Hello everybody, we are back today live from the Coastal Seafoods Test Kitchen with some really beautiful sturgeon fillet, which we are going to cook off today very simply. This is our feature fish for the week, so I just kind of want to give you a little rundown on some of the cool things that you can do with it. Sturgeon is a great fish. So what I'm going to do is I've just got this salted, and I'm going to go ahead and just lay this in our pan to get it going. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm just going to sear this off, and then we're going to make a really nice sauce to go along with it. Again, this is a pretty simple dish, very easy to do, really great. And we've got this sturgeon this week on feature for $23.99 a pound, so it's a really good deal on just a really beautiful fish. This is one of those fishmongers' favorite kind of fishes. And what I'm going to do now is I've got the sturgeon in there, kind of searing, and I'm going to add some butter to the pan to add a little bit of richness and help kind of develop some of that color on there. And it's going to also eventually become kind of the foundation for our sauce. So this sturgeon is a farm-raised sturgeon from California, and the cool thing about sturgeon, it's very sustainable. So these are done generally in tanks, and they are raised basically for the caviar. So for a long time, there wasn't really a market for the actual sturgeon meat, and over time, it was kind of realized it was sort of a waste. So started bringing it to market, and it's absolutely delicious. A lot of times it's kind of described as having a texture that's very similar to almost like a pork chop. Really nice and meaty, cooks up beautifully well. It's just a really delicious fish that we are always happy to bring in when we can get it. Just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we're doing here. I'll give it another quick minute on that side before we go ahead and flip. So I want to get like a really nice golden brown on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the fish from the pan and start to build the sauce, and then finish the fish in the sauce. So really nice. You can kind of see that butter and the fish in the pan there. It's looking really good, both for our Facebook and Instagram people. And if you hadn't noticed yet, we are doing sturgeon as our giveaway this week. So if you're on Facebook, you've probably seen this already. Like, comment, or share that post for a chance to win 1 pound of this gorgeous fish. And what I've got right here is probably a little under a pound, by 3/4 of a pound worth. But really, again, just absolutely beautiful fish. I'll go ahead and give this a flip. Got kind of a nice brown there. This is what we're looking for. Beautiful golden brown. And actually, now that this top is done, let me show you kind of what I'm looking at here. So you can see, for our Facebook friends, you see it's got that nice golden brown starting to catch there. Instagram, you can kind of see dripping a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the fish from the pan just for a little bit here while I start to build up the sauce. So for the sauce, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it with a little red onion. You could use shallot for this. Any kind of onion would really work pretty well. I happen to have the red ones around, so that's what I'm using today. Shallot would give you a little bit of a milder flavor, which is really nice. Goes really well with some of this kind of thing. So I'm just going to start to cook these onions off a little bit, sweat them, start to get them a little bit translucent. It's already starting to smell pretty darn good in here. And then once that kind of starts to cook down a little bit, I'm going to add in some chopped kale. Now the other thing, you could do this with spinach, you could do this with arugula, that'd be really nice, give it a little bit more of a peppery sort of flavor. Really nice. You can use a lot of different greens for this. And it's just a good way to kind of add a little bit more greens into your dinner, if you will. I mean, we're going to do this up real kind of decadent and nice, but I'm going to go ahead and add in some of my kale and let this start kind of coming down a little bit. You can hear that popping just a little bit, which is the water coming out of the kale, which is fine. That's what we're looking for. It's going to start to turn this bright green color, which is fantastic. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and season with just a little bit of salt, like so, and give it another stir. Now this is starting to wilt down pretty nicely, and it's taking up that butter and developing that really nice flavor. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what's called deglazing my pan with a little white wine. You could use chicken stock here if you didn't want to use wine. You could use water, you could use a little lemon juice. A little sherry vinegar would be nice. There's a lot of different things you can kind of use for deglazing. But what we want to do is add that wine to the pan, and it's going to take up anything that's kind of sticking to the bottom and pull that in and suck that into our sauce, which is going to add a lot of nice flavor. And we're going to cook this until that white wine basically completely reduces into just a thick syrup and basically coats our greens really nicely. And then after that, I'm going to add a little bit of cream back to the pan, season that up, and add our fish back to it. So again, this is a really nice, very simple dish. You were seeing me cook this in real time. It does not take very long to do at all. Again, just super simple to make a great weeknight dish, but also a pretty nice little romantic dish if you were so inclined for the weekend. Speaking of romantic dishes, we've got a lot of classes coming up. If you've been paying attention, our date night classes, which have been really popular, have almost entirely filled up. I do have some openings left for our March class, so if you've not looked at that yet, definitely take a peek there. It's just, the classes are a lot of fun, and basically for date night what we do is we walk you through how to prepare a really nice dinner at home for two. I think we go through like 7 courses or something, but the idea is that then you can then take 2 or 3 of those courses and make a really nice easy supper at home, which is again really pretty easy to do. So I'm going to lower my heat here just a little bit before I add my cream. And looking pretty good. So I'm going to add some cream into this pan here. This is looking pretty good. Bring this up to a simmer. And then I'm going to season it with a little salt and pepper, and I'm going to add my fish right back in there. And it's all going to kind of come together and form this really beautiful sauce. And very, very, very nice. I'm going to season this with a bit more salt. And got some ground pepper here. Give it a little hit with that. Pepper and cream, wine and shallot. These are all really classic flavors. Spinach to kale. Some kind of green, again, also goes really, really well here. So again, very, very, very classic. If you wanted to change this up, make it a little bit more elaborate, you could certainly add, you could render out some bacon. Instead of starting with oil and butter like we did before, you could do it in bacon fat. Sear off that fish in the bacon fat, be really nice. At this point too, before you add the cream, you could also add in some mushrooms. Be really, really good. In fact, highly recommend. Alright, so my cream is starting to come up to a simmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the fish back to the pan, and I'm going to leave that golden side facing up, and I'm just going to let the fish kind of poach in this sauce, and it's going to lend some of its flavor. The sauce is going to lend its flavor back to the fish as well. So we're getting kind of a nice mix here. I'm going to reduce this just a little bit. And this will go pretty quick. This won't take very long at all. And that sauce is starting to thicken, which is great. That's exactly what we want. We want a nice kind of sauce consistency here. So it's coming along very, very nicely. Yeah, so again, sturgeon on feature all week long, farmed from California, absolutely gorgeous fish, just really, really beautiful. Got some other cool things coming up too. Valentine's Day, we're working on some stuff right now. We were just talking about this morning, so definitely pay attention to that because I think you're going to be very in to what we've got going on there. And then coming up soon here at the end of the month, we just put together, we're going to do a live tuna cutting for everyone at our Minneapolis location. So you'll be able to come down and watch one of the fish cutters actually break down a whole yellowfin tuna. It's going to be really neat. So if you've ever been interested in that, definitely pay attention because that's coming up soon. I'll post some details online about that tomorrow, but it's going to be really, really, really awesome. And then once that fish is cut, you will actually be able to buy the meat from that fish right there on site. So we're working that out. It's going to be really fun. If you ever wanted to get some really fresh tuna, watch it cut and break down to see how we do it here, this is the perfect opportunity for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we are shooting for February 1st, I believe, for that. But again, we'll put up the more finalized dates tomorrow, so pay attention to that. Again, if you haven't noticed yet, we are offering online deliveries and online orders. So if you wanted to call ahead or place an order ahead of time, what you can do is you can go to coastalseafoods.com, and at the top menu tab, there's a button that says online ordering / delivery. You can click that, you can place your order, and then you can either have it set to come in and pick up at the store. This is true of Minneapolis or St. Paul, or you can set to have it delivered to you. And our delivery radius is actually pretty big. We go about 16 miles from either location. So from Minneapolis, we get all the way out to Wayzata. So all of you people asking for Wayzata stores, Minnetonka stores, things like that, when we don't have a physical store there, you can absolutely order our fish and we can have it delivered to you. Very awesome. And then on the other side of things, on the St. Paul side, we get not quite to Stillwater, but almost. So if you're in those areas, definitely check it out. Really great. And you can order all kinds of stuff. We've got sushi grade fish up there if you're looking to make sushi at home. We've got all kinds of frozen items. We've got fresh items, whole deal. So definitely check that out. So let me kind of show you what we're looking at here. We're almost done. Instagram. No, not delivered to Breezy Point. Sorry, that's a little outside of our delivery radius. But you can kind of see that sauce is coming together. It's thickening up nicely. We got some beautiful looking fish there. Again, really, really, really good. So I'm just gonna check this fish, see where we're at here. What we want is it to kind of like flake apart pretty nicely. Looks like we are cooked all the way through here, which is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead, shut down my heat. I'm gonna take my plate, slide this over just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and push my fish just off to the side here. So what I want to do is get my sauce down on my plate. Like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and plate up my fish right on top of that. Go ahead and spread this out just a little bit here. Again, this is pretty easy to do. Nothing overtly complicated with this. And the fish is going to go down right on top. And again, you could flavor this a lot of different ways. Adding bacon or mushrooms would be very, very, very nice. You could add a little even Parmesan to this. That would be really nice. Yeah, so many different things you can do here that results in a very fantastic little dish. So let's bring this up to you so you can kind of see again what we're looking at. Again, real nice there. Just that beautiful fish. It's got that nice little crust on top. It was braised through to keep it nice and tender. See there, the light's kind of washing out. But yeah, really, really nice. This is really great dinner. Make this anytime. You watch me make it in real time here. Took 10 minutes. Very, 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 very simple. Again, very classy. So I hope you do make something like this coming up soon. There's no reason not to. Again, we've got it on feature, the fish, this week, $23.99 a pound. You know we've got tons of other stuff going on too. We've got, today is salmon and whole fish day, so 20% off all salmon, 20% off whole fish. There was some beautiful bronzini in the case today. There's a beautiful gold spot bass in there. I think there was only one left, so I don't know if that's still available. We had some great striped bass, so all kinds of good options there. And we got all kinds of cool events coming up, so definitely stay tuned to that. We'll be putting up some new event pages. If you want to take our classes, sign up now. They are filling up fast. I got probably 15 phone calls yesterday, all about people looking to take classes. And they are filling up, so if you want to do that, now is the time. They don't last long, so hop on, do that. Otherwise, if you have any questions, again, you can always hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've been going up on YouTube. We're everywhere. You can also send me an email, or you can do the thing where you just pick up your phone and call the store, and anybody there will be happy to go over those, answer any questions that you might have. So definitely do that. This weekend's going to be some weather, it sounds like, so be careful out there for sure. Remember, we do offer delivery, so if you wanted some stuff for tomorrow, if you're planning on staying in, hunkering down, you could place your order today to have it delivered tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, however you want to do it. Yeah, I highly recommend doing that. Get prepared, be safe, but have fun and eat good fish. Otherwise, I will talk to you all next week. See you soon.